Hi guys, I'm back with another coloring tutorial for you, and today we're going to be learning how to color wavy hair. I will be using this image from the Greeting Farm. This is Surfer Anya, and I've had some requests specifically how to color her hair. She's a pretty new stamp and I think she's fairly popular, and her hair can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to show you how I color her wavy hair and most wavy hair. And a lot of the tips that I have for you today can kind of, I don't know, they can be used in coloring all types of hair, not just wavy hair. A lot of the rules are ones that I follow for coloring all of my hair. So we're going to color her hair brown, and I'm going to be using three colors. I'm going to be using light umber, which is PC 941. Dark umber, which is PC 947, and dark brown, which is PC 946. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is the light umber. And I want you to notice when you're coloring hair, I want you to notice the lines that the artist has given you to kind of help you with your coloring. And obviously wavy hair has lots and lots of lines, so it can be kind of hard to follow. And I don't know, sometimes it's hard to decide, you know, do I want to color this way because I feel like her hair is flowing this way, or, you know, different things like that. With her hair particularly, you don't want to color this way. You don't want to follow her hair like this. You want to actually go across her hair. And I'll show you why in a moment. It's going to kind of make her hair look more shiny, which is something that I always like to have in my images, is to have the illusion of having shiny hair. So I'm going to start off with my light umber, and I'm going to actually just go along here and make a shadow around the flower. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is look at the lines that are in her hair. And there's kind of these little mountains and valleys. And so it'll go up and down and up and down. And you want to follow those lines. Use those lines as your guides to how you want to color. So anytime there's a valley, I'll use this particular line as my example because it's really straightforward. So you see there's a valley here, a valley here, a valley here, a valley here, and a valley here. Okay, so we're going to actually follow that line and just kind of scribble all the way across her hair in this direction. So I'll show you. We're going to kind of just make little scribbles. And since this is our lightest color, you can actually go pretty wide with this one. I mean, you can color, you know, you don't need to keep it too skinny of a line. Okay, just like that. I'm going to come back up here where the flower was because I see some more valleys here. So there's a valley here, and we're going to curve this one up a little bit, kind of meet that valley up there at the top. Okay, so I'm going to make this little tip of her bangs here a little darker. We're going to come right here where this other valley is and just meet up all your valleys basically. I'm going to come back over here. This under here is going to be darker because there's going to be a shadow. So I'm just going to kind of color around there. And then I'm going to come right here as well. Okay, I'm going to come over here on this side of her now, and we're going to make a little scribbles here again. Anytime the hair goes in, including on the outline of the hair, not just little wavy lines, you know, including that. So, and then right here, you're going to see little mountains and valleys kinda sorta here, and you're just going to kind of create the illusion that they're there. But at the same time, the majority of this is going to be dark because although it's under her head in the picture, it's actually giving the illusion that it's behind her head. So this is gonna have kind of a significant shadow underneath here. Okay, so hopefully this is all making sense to all of you. I'm gonna go ahead, actually I'm gonna create a little line right here. I'm just gonna make these a little more wide. Okay. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do now is take my blending stump and my mineral spirits. I happen to use the brand Gamsol. You can, this one I actually got online, but you can find some at Michael's called odorless paint thinner. It's the exact same thing. It's got a little Mona Lisa on it. Basically, when you're looking for mineral spirits, just look for 100% odorless mineral spirits. I've had people ask me if it has to be 100%. I don't believe that it has to be 100%, but I think that would just work a little bit better with basically what mineral spirits does is it breaks down the wax that's in your colored pencil so that your colors can blend. And it gets rid of that kind of pencil-y look. So I got my blending stump with my mineral spirits on it, and I'm basically just going over that, and I'm kind of doing a flicking motion. You can do this pretty quickly. But not only am I going down, I'm going to come kind of meet halfway and go up as well with that flicking motion. So you can kind of start in the middle of that line and flick downward and then flick upward. And this just is going to help us with our hair-like look so that it doesn't just look like a big blob. Okay, I'm going to come here. Again, we're going to kind of start halfway in the middle of this scribble line, flick upward, and then go to the other half and flick down. Okay, flick these little guys up. Okay, under here I'm kind of just going to color that and then flick down and flick those little puppies up. And then we're going to come down to the other side. You gotta kind of be careful of her little ear here. I always color it in, but it's okay. It's not really that big of a deal, but just so you know it is there. In these little areas, it's kind of nice to either have a sharper tip on your blending stump or use a tiny, tiny little tortillon or blending stump if you have them. Okay. I'm just going to kind of pull the color in a little bit more, kind of fill in that white space. Always want to make sure you're doing that flicking motion. This is what gives it that hair-like look. Okay, so there she is. You can kind of see it really taking shape now. We're going to come in with our dark brown because that's our That's our mid-tone, and so we're going to come in with that. And whoops. Basically what you're going to do is kind of follow the same lines, but I'm actually going to stay kind of toward the middle of that scribble line that I made before. So you've made that and then you blended it out, but you want to kind of stay in the middle. And remember to follow those little valleys there. Don't need a lot of pressure at this point. It's kind of up to you on how dark you're wanting her hair. But you don't need a lot of pressure at this point. Come around with your shadow colors again. Okay, just like that. Come in with your blending stump again. Make sure it's nice and wet with your Gamsol or your mineral spirits, whatever you're using. And flick away. Again, you're going to kind of fill in that space, that white space. Just a little bit more now. Okay, and I'm actually really kind of liking this lighter brown color, so rather than go in with the dark umber right now, I'm going to actually go back in with the dark brown and just give it a little bit more pressure this time. That's one good thing about using Prismacolors, is if you need it to be darker, you don't have to have a darker or another pencil. You can just kind of apply more pressure with your next layer or whatever, and you'll get a darker color. So basically going over the same lines again, and just, like I said, applying more pressure this time with your pencil. That'll give you a darker color. Okay, come back in with my blending stump. Same flicking motion again. You can really see her hair taking shape now, and you can see the waves and kind of see how having those lighter colors on the mountains of the waves makes it appear like the light is hitting those and it's coming outward and the light's just hitting it, and it just looks beautiful out there on the beach. I love the beach. I don't live anywhere near the beach. And it just gives that nice illusion of light. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that the way it is. So I didn't end up using the dark brown, or the dark umber, excuse me. If you want it darker, you can go in with the dark umber. It's going to darken it quite a bit. But I kind of like this medium brown color. And again, if you wanted it just a tad darker, you could come back in with your dark brown. I think I need a little bit more right here. So I'm just going to add that. Flick. And there you go. So there's my tutorial for you guys for wavy hair. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped you with not only coloring her specifically, but hair in general, with the mountains and valleys of the hair. You don't, just because a hair appears to be going this way doesn't mean you have to color in that way. You kind of want to think about the light and how the light hits it more so than, you know, coloring in that direction. So anyways, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped you out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!